Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Friday and we're wrapping up music from the 80s. This is our fourth episode. We're going to take a break, but we're going to do four to round it out. And today it's a little soundtrack music. Iconic film from the 80s. Just get my thing up here. It's the music from Dirty Dancing. There we go. Get it in so you can see it. About 1987 in here. Patrick Swayze. I mean, he was a hot box office item at this time. Also doing a little music on this. Story in the Catskills. A lot of great tunes on there. I think the album stands alone. It's kind of like the music from Big Chill. The album stands alone from the movie. It complements the movie quite well, but I mean, to listen to it on its own, it's a very solid album. And some iconic sounds. Give you some idea what we're looking at on here. I've had the time of my life. Yes, it's the big love theme from Dirty Dancing. Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes performing that. And I think Jennifer Warnes had another one. Her and Joe Cocker together, maybe with a bodyguard. I'd have to double check that, but her name showed up a few times on soundtracks during this era. Be My Baby by the Ronettes. Also co-written by Phil Spector, who produced this. So there's Spector showing up. We've talked about him a few times. She's Like the Wind, performed by Patrick Swayze. Now, what's also interesting, Patrick Swayze co-wrote the tune. So, writing and performing on here. As far as I know, this was probably the first he had done that. I mean, he had another kind of musical-related one with Roadhouse, where tunes, but it featured more of what Jeff Healey was doing at the time. So, let's go back here. Hungry Eyes, performed by Eric Carmen. We've got Stay by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. And if you remember back on Monday, we talked about David Lindley playing with Holly Cole and how he played with Jackson Browne. If you remember Jackson Browne's album Running on Empty, Lindley did a great version of Stay at the end of that. Go back and check that out. It's very entertaining. Okay, Yes, performed by Mary Clayton. We've got You Don't Own Me by the Blow Monkeys. Hey Baby, written by Chanel and Cobb, performed by Bruce Chanel. Overload by Zappacosta, written by Alfie Zappacosta. We've also got Love is Strange by Mickey and Sylvia. And Where Are You Tonight, performed by Tom Johnson. Finishing off with The Still in the Night by the Five Spots. Some classic tunes in there. It's a great album. Again, it stands alone on its own. If you want to just listen to the album, if you've never seen the movie, it doesn't matter. Great album. This I have on cassette. You can see I have a little bit of information with the cassettes. Basically just who wrote, who produced, who was performing on the album. We got cover photo. If I can get in close enough, you can see that. And they threw in a few extra photos for us. Not what I would usually get if I had a vinyl copy or a disc. A lot more than I get with a download though, right? So that wraps up classic 80s music. I mean, we've looked at quite a few over the last few weeks. Last week, Sheena Easton. The week before that, it was Culture Club. The week before that, I don't even remember now. Gosh, it's just flown by. 4 weeks of 80s music and wrapping up with soundtrack for Dirty Dancing. Again, a lot of this stuff is great road music. If you get that when you're out touring, perfect soundtrack to a nice weekend drive. So that's it for this week. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend. Till Monday, take care, stay safe. We'll see you then.